Judge, this is case number JVB 1047, Alma case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Ms. Alma, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, we are currently divorced and he's paying me child support. And lately he's been doing a lot of extra, he's a bartender, and he's been doing a lot of extra parties for professional sports figures and making a lot more money.
The courtroom doors open, and Judge Vunderby takes the bench. The vibe shifts immediately. This isn't just another hearing. This is about kids, money, and accountability. 3 lives are at stake, and the parents are now facing off.
Than what he previously admitted to when we first got our divorce. He's making like around an extra $5,000 a month in tips from his bartending gigs. And I just feel like with 3 kids, we need to increase the child support. And he's not agreeing with me on that.
Well, if what you're saying is true, I would agree with you too. We need to increase that child support amount. And you said how many children?
3.
3 children. Okay. You said about $5,000 a month. And I have documents up here from your most recent court order, $500 a month?
Miss Alma steps forward, calm, but you can hear the frustration in her voice. She's divorced, juggling 3 kids, and trying to stretch $500 a month for everything. Meanwhile, her ex? He's reportedly raking in $5,000 in tips, monthly, bartending for pro athletes. That's not just extra cash. That's hiding a whole second income.
Yes.
For 3 children?
For 3 children.
Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
No, I just think that he's denying the fact that he's making this additional money every month, and I think it's obvious everything he puts onto the media, buying drinks for people and buying shots, and he's at these high-profile parties, and I just think that he needs to do what's right for our kids, and it's hard to take care of that many kids on $500 a month.
Right, right. Yeah, I would definitely agree. What about health insurance for these children?
They're on Medicaid.
Okay, all right. Sir, is there a reason, you're not supporting your children more?
Let that sink in. The dad pays $500 a month for 3 kids while making $60K a year on the side. Miss Alma isn't asking for luxuries. She's asking for her kids to have a stable life. She even points out his flashy social media, shots, drinks, parties, while she's stuck figuring out how to afford backpacks. It's giving Instagram dad real world absent. Should child support be adjusted when one parent starts making way more money?
First off, is what she's saying true?
Well,
what does that mean?
Sort of, yes, I do bartend for some celebrities sometimes.
So the answer is yes, that what she said is true, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And but I mean, they have done good so far. I thought $500 would be good. I mean, they have been doing great. I mean,
you think $500 is enough to raise children, and you're making an additional $5,000 a month?
Well,
is that what you're saying?
Yes, I bring them clothes, from time to time. That helps them,
That's called parenting.
Backpacks.
Parenting.
Laptops.
Parenting.
Yes, Your Honor. And I mean, honestly, being a bartender, my income is not fixed, so I'm always saving for a rainy day. That's where I.
Now it's the dad's turn. And yeah, he admits everything. He is making that extra income. But here's where it gets wild. He genuinely thinks $500 is enough. Says he brings the kids clothes from time to time, like that's going above and beyond. Sir, that's not a flex. That's called being a parent,
I don't want to part with a lot of my money, my savings. I want to keep some of that money for the future and.
Your children's future.
Well, yes, yeah, that too.
Right, so that means you shouldn't have a problem paying the additional amount based on your income.
Well, what if I lose my job, Your Honor?
What if I lose mine?
For me. Well, true, but I mean.
Yeah, I've got 3 kids.
Well,
Works
we got
both
3
ways.
kids. I mean, we got them.
Well, it feels like I have 3 kids. since you're not really doing a
them
part.
from time to time. And, you know, I was there last month. I took them for the entire weekend. And
Oh, you took them for one weekend. You took your children for one long weekend
yes, ma'am.
parenting.
Yes.
Right.
My
You're
job,
not going to get a medal for that. That's what you should do as a parent. You should take your children for long weekends. You should buy them backpacks. You should buy them laptops. You should.
Judge Vunderby isn't having it. When he says he took the kids for one weekend, she straight up calls it out. No medals for doing the bare minimum. Parenting isn't optional, and it's not just weekend vibes and backpacks. It's about real support, consistency, presence. You can feel the judge getting more firm. She's laying the groundwork for a major decision.
Buy their clothes. That's what a parent does. And that's not even a good parent. That's basic parenting. Good parenting goes above and beyond those things that I just said. You haven't said anything about going above and beyond. And based on what she's saying, these children are with her most of the time. Do you think about how her expenses increase with your children always being with her? $500? That's probably enough to cover groceries, if that.
well, that might be true, but you have to consider this. I work almost every day, and
I do too.
I don't get a break. And you know, parenting the kids, that takes a lot of effort, and sometimes I don't feel like I'm up for it. You know, I'm tired, and so and I have already taken a lot of time off. You know.
The dad tries to spin it. What if I lose my job? I work every day. I'm tired. But none of it lands. Not with the judge, not with us. Let's be real. Single moms get tired too. They don't get the luxury of opting out. It's excuse after excuse. And none of them are about the kids. Do you think the judge is being too harsh? Or is she just keeping it real?
You know, for those parties, for the celebrity parties, I have to work extra hours, and so man.
You haven't said anything that moved me. You just gave a bunch of excuses, quite frankly. You didn't deny anything that she just said. So you are in agreement that you're making about $5,000 a month for these private parties, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. And it is true that these children are on Medicaid, correct?
Yes.
And you only have 3 children?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to modify your child support today, Mr. Alma. It's the right thing to do. You're gonna have to pull from that savings that you're saving for.
He keeps trying to dodge, but the judge locks him in. Confirms the $5K monthly income, confirms the kids are on Medicaid, confirms that support hasn't been cutting it. And she's done. The facts are on the table, and now it's about doing what's right. We're heading into the verdict, and trust me, it's about to change everything.
For yourself and start saving for these children's future, as well as taking care of them monthly. You got it? All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to base your child support off of that $5,000 a month, which will put your salary around $60,000. Like I said, gross is $5,000. That brings your net down to $4,101.87. Do you have any other children outside of these 3?
No, ma'am. That's the only children that I have.
Okay, all right. And then I'm going to...
And boom, Judge Vunderby modifies the child support. No more skating by, no more rainy day excuses. He's going to be paying based on that $60,000 income. And she makes it clear, those savings? Time to start investing in your kid's future, not just your own comfort. This is a real wake-up call. Being a parent means showing up financially too.
To do 9% of your gross for the reimbursement to Medicaid, which comes out to about $450. Do you have access to private health insurance? Can someone at one of these private parties get you some health insurance for these children?
I can try.
Well, I would suggest that you do, because I think that you can find health insurance a lot cheaper than $450, okay? So $450 plus your monthly child support obligation comes out to $1,600 $680 a month. Okay? You have any questions about that?
No, I understand.
Okay, it's the right thing to do. So I would hope you do understand. You have 3 kids. You have to take care of them beyond backpacks and everything that we've already discussed. Mom needs some assistance too, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In this case, the court ruled in favor of Miss Alma, adjusting child support to reflect the father's actual income. With 3 kids and rising costs, the judgment ensures that both parents share responsibility fairly. It wasn't about punishment. It was about justice for the children. What do you think? Was this a fair outcome? Drop your thoughts and country in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real courtroom stories that hit deep.